Hey everyone, welcome back to Southern Crafts Corner. I have a farmhouse Christmas tree farm for you to build today using some tumbling blocks from Dollar Tree. I am going to use one thing of pitberry. I have some different ribbons out that I'll decide what I'm going to use, a package of floral moss, and then I have black antique wax and white paint. So I only needed one box for this project. The box had 72 blocks in it. My pattern for this one I will go over with you, and for now we are going to build the bases. So you're going to need to build 3 bases using 6 blocks because we're going to build 3 trees. For this pattern, for the largest tree, it's 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to want to go ahead and actually glue all of them together in strips, going back and forth, side by side, and then at the end of gluing them all together, we're going to go ahead and glue our strips together. So go ahead and put a good amount of glue in between each layer, and again it's 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, then 1. And this is for the largest tree out of the 3 that you can make. So the next pattern is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you have enough to do 2 of those. And once you have those done, you're going to do the same thing, glue your strips together to make your Christmas trees. Now make sure you're using a glue gun that has a high heat setting, that you're able to adhesive any type of material. Mine have multi-purpose glue sticks. So the first tree that I'm going to make, I am using that floral moss. I needed about 1 package of it, and then I'm just using my hot glue gun and putting the floral moss all over the top of it and letting it glue down to the pieces of glue that I have all over it. You'll want to make sure the sides are covered really good and your fronts and backs, leaving 1 little space at the bottom to attach the base. Next tree, I'm going to do white. So I'm just using an antique white chalk paint, or sorry, Adirondack white is the name of this paint. So I give my tree 2 coats. I get all my sides, and then we're going to do our 3rd tree. For my 3rd tree and all my bases and the 2 little pieces that are going to attach to the trees to make the stands, I am going to just use a baby wipe and my antique wax from Folk Art, and I am going to stain my Christmas trees. What I love about this project is it's literally a $1 box of blocks, $1 in pit berries, and $1 in floral moss. So $3, and then of course your small supply that you're going to use out of your paint, your glue. This project will be under $5, and it will look like something that we bought at Hobby Lobby or somewhere else. Use a chip brush. This is a 1-inch size. Go ahead and dab it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and brush on some white onto my brown. Next, I'm going to use some wax that's left over on my baby wipe and just put a little bit of it on the white, just kind of whatever's on there. And then I'm taking my black ink, black paint, and I'm going to do the same thing with the chip brush. Only this time it's only on the edges first to give my tree a really nice outline. And then I will gently brush whatever is left on my brush after all over my tree. So it's kind of just what's left, that way it's not too heavy. But it gives it a perfect distressed look. Next up is my pit berries, and for this I'm literally just going to wrap it all over the floral moss tree. back and forth, and just give it a really simple, classic look. Next, I'm going to use some white wired ribbon and then a black and white striped one. And I'm going to wrap it from the back to the front on this middle one. I'm going to dovetail the ends of this one in layers so you can see both colors. And then I'm going to put a little twine bow in the front of this one to finish this tree off. So for my twine bow, I did 7 loops around my hand, and then you pinch it in the center and find your ends, and then you're going to go ahead and wrap 3 ways one way, 3 ways the other to where they're opposites, and you can tie it. And then all I'm going to do is fix my loops and then glue this right on top of the bows that are on my trees. And then for my last bow, I did white, black, and then the black and white stripe. All a very simple pinch style bow. You just pinch and layer them on top of one another. And then I'm just going to use some twine for this one. Wrap it around the front. Give it a good, really tight knot. And then I'm going to wrap it around about 3 or 4 times just to finish the center off. And then double knot it again. Fix your little tails. I cut all of mine at an angle for this bow, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue it on to the second layer of this tree. Now it's time to do the bases. The largest tree gets 2 side by side, and the other ones only need 1. Just glue your bottom, and then you're going to find the center point of your tree and glue it right into the center there. It works like a charm, especially if you're using your high heat perfect glue for it. Same thing for this one. Make sure that your center is cleared out. Put your glue. And then you're going to go ahead and do the same with the side by side. This one does have a larger base, so I went ahead and secured it with just 2 blocks for this one. For my last step, I'm just going to wrap some twine around the stems. I think it just finishes off this project. And then again, for under $5 in materials, I think this is a perfect addition to add into a shelf somewhere, or if you just need that extra little farmhouse touch for your Christmas decor this year. They definitely look store-bought, and I hope you make this project. If you like this project, come follow my page over at Southern Crafts Corner, and I hope to see y'all on our live crafting.